Welcome to Back Your Blue on Extra 106.3. My name is Tug Cowart, along with Daniel Matalon. He is the president and CEO of A Second Chance Bail Bonds and A Second Chance Monitoring. Dude, what's up? How you been?
Doing well. And yourself?
I couldn't be better. This is a great day because I think you're going to have a lot of input in this show, whether you know it or not. And I think you've just kind of discovered it. I did. A new program with McKenna Farms and the therapy services, Horses Helping Heroes. We're going to talk about that and so many of the other things from the Jess Rousey Honoring Heroes Foundation. I want to welcome Samantha Rousey Glass to the show, also Lieutenant Jess Bullis, and we've got introduce yourself, sir.
I am Major Barry Little, retired.
You weren't in uniform. That's why I was like, sure, I don't want to set him up and not be right on this one. So you've retired, and that's the reason you're not in uniform.
Correct.
He's the smart one in
That's
the room.
right, absolutely. See, I wanted to make sure, because that's the last thing you want to do is introduce you as, as an officer and you not be. We're setting up a bad scenario. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for taking the time to come in. So, let's talk about the Jess Rousey Honoring Heroes Foundation, dedicated to ensuring that all first responders are equipped and supported and empowered to continue serving their communities with strength and resilience by providing essential resources like life-saving equipment, emergency financial assistance, and emotional and mental health support, which is such a big discussion these days. Directly enhancing the effectiveness, safety, and readiness of those who protect lives and property. Thank you all for taking the time to come in today, and I want to let people know that we got connected with y'all through someone that works with you in the Jess Rousey Honoring Heroes Foundation that listened to the show and said, hey, this is something we would like to share with the public. It all came together that way, and that's so encouraging to us, as you might imagine.
Yes, thank you, Tug. Our chair of our communications committee, her name is Lauren Burden, and she works with the Douglas District Attorney's Office, and she is our communications chair, and she connected us with your program and thought that it might be a good fit. And she's wonderful on our team. That's what she does, is communications and public relations. So we're just thrilled to be here, and thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, ma'am. It's such our pleasure, for sure. And you know a lot of folks out there, obviously.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Douglas County?
Yeah, all around that. Yeah, all around that area.
So tell me about the name of the foundation.
So my father passed away in 2020, and I am the kind of person that has to stay busy, and I have to have a goal and a mission and a purpose. And so I knew that I wanted to do something in his memory, and I was already working with public safety and support roles and just showing them appreciation and however I could help. And I did a lot of that with Major Little. And when my dad passed, I went ahead and created the foundation in his name to honor his memory. He was not in public safety, but he was my personal hero. So these guys are also my personal heroes. So it just fit that I married the two together and created the Jess Rousey Honoring Heroes Foundation.
I love it. How long has it been around?
We started in 2020, and we received our foundation status and our 501c3 nonprofit status in 2021.
Goodness, I can only imagine that getting started in 2020 must have been a bumpy road.
Yes, and that's another part of the reason that we did start in 2020 was because of all of the turmoil that was going on in 2020 and the need for appreciation events and opportunities to go out and show the men and women of law enforcement that they were seen and were valued and were appreciated. And we kind of started our foundation off doing a lot of appreciation events and appreciation opportunities, such as taking meals to the precincts, goodie baskets, adopting different precincts, adopting different units, things like that. And then it kind of moved into the support role where we started seeing needs as far as medical, housing, whatever emergency crisis that our first responders were going through. And then we realized we needed to expand a little bit more into a support role where we could actually raise funds to help these folks in times of need and in times of crisis. They do so much for us. It's the least we could do to try to give back and help them.
I'm going to bring in Major Little, retired from Cobb County Police Department, January 2024. Did you work with these guys at the Jess Rousey Honoring Heroes Foundation before you retired?
Yes.
Okay, and that's how you became familiar with them.
Yeah. So I met Samantha through another foundation that she was in charge of and sat as a chair on. And I was out at Precinct 5, which is out on Dallas Highway in West Cobb at that particular time. And we connected because I saw her love for public safety and her love for community. So the two of us got together, and I really, what my role was with her was to help connect her with the police department and to network her with the right people so that she could expand what she wanted to do originally. Yeah,
so great. And Daniel, you even sponsor some of their events and probably will be doing some more of that in the future just because of your passion, your heart for our public servants.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we try to stack in as many, obviously, as we can. Year in, year out, we do inventory. But yeah, no, this is right in my wheelhouse.
I know it is, and I'm going to get to some of that probably in the next segment. Horses helping heroes. That's what Daniel's.
That's what I'm about.
His eyes have perked up when he saw that one, and you'll learn why in the next segment, probably in the next 6 or 7 minutes. But beyond immediate aid, the programs at the Jess Rousey Honoring Heroes Foundation fosters deeper community trust and contributes to the long-term well-being of first responders, recognizing and honoring their service, uplifting morale, reinforcing that the message, their sacrifices, and the work that they do is valued by not only the foundation but the community, and it recognizes not only motives. And those currently serving and inspiring that culture of continued dedication and public service within the communities. So I know you're Cobb County focused as far as, obviously the major retired Cobb County, you're here in Cobb County. And is it only a Cobb County foundation, or do you guys work with everybody in the metro?
We started in Cobb County. I have family that have served in Cobb County with Cobb County Police Department, friends, and of course meeting Major Little and him really becoming a great mentor to me. We started off in Cobb County. I actually I own property in Cobb County, so I'm from Cobb County, grew up in Cobb County, but my husband and I live right over the Paulding line. Okay. So we live in Paulding County. So it was a natural fit to go from Cobb County to Paulding County. And then as we grew, we saw more and more need, especially for the more rural areas that don't have as much support. We're very blessed in Cobb with people like Daniel that do such a wonderful job of supporting our first responders. But as you move out into the more rural areas, you don't see that quite as much. And so we then incorporated Haralson County into our fold, Cherokee County, and also Polk County. And we continue to grow. As we grow, we can expand our mission and serve more and more first responders. Right now, we are able to serve about 2,000 first responders in the different agencies that we support.
That's still a big number, 2,000.
So we cover Northwest Georgia. If there's a first responder in need that's not in one of the counties we serve, we're certainly open to going to that county or to that agency and seeing how we can help. We would love to expand our mission and grow even more. My motto is we go where the need is.
Sure, that makes sense.
And so we're there and prepared to stand in the gap wherever that officer or firefighter or EMT or 911 operator needs us.
I want to bring Lieutenant Justin Bullis into the conversation. Worked in public safety for 20 years with a belief that the police at its core is important and imperative for a polite and prosperous society where all citizens can pursue their interests without fear of being victimized by someone who would take advantage of them. You have had, obviously, direct contact with the Jess Rousey Honoring Heroes Foundation. What's been your experience with these folks?
So it's been a great partnership. I first started when I was a sergeant in our community affairs unit. The Honoring Heroes Foundation came up. My first interaction with them, it was through National Night Out, which Daniel, his organization's been a part of in the past. And that's kind of where I first got introduced to them and what they do. And through the years, just they've done fundraisers for officers within our department who were struggling with medical issues that needed financial assistance. We've been discussing this mental wellness program recently here that's just kind of started up. And what I do is I serve as the liaison for Cobb County Police Department.
Okay.
So for them to be able to complete their mission, they have to have somebody within these departments that can bring the need to them. Who's suffering right now? Who had a fire at their house? Who's struggling with
medical bills
loss,
or something?
Medical bills. Or was there a critical incident? Was there officers involved in a shooting or some type of traumatic event that needs some type of assistance or decompression? And I bring those names to the foundation from our department specifically.
That's great. I tell you, just people helping people. That's what it sounds like to me. And I love that. We're going to come right back after the break, and we'll address what Lieutenant had to say. But I want to ask you about Horses Helping Heroes, and I want to ask you about the Golf for Heroes, spelled F-O-R-E, Golf for Heroes, August 27th at the Creekside Golf and Country Club in Hiram. All of that discussion next on Back Your Blue with Daniel Matalon of A Second Chance Bail Bonds and A Second Chance Monitoring. Our guests from the Jess Rousey Honoring Heroes Foundation. My name is Tug Cowart. This is Extra 106.3. Welcome back to Back Your Blue on Extra 106.3 with Daniel Matalon of A Second Chance Bail Bonds and A Second Chance Monitoring. We also have very special guests in today that are doing incredible work with the Jess Rousey Honoring Heroes Foundation. Samantha Rousey Glass, she is the founder and president. We've got Lieutenant Justin Bullis from Cobb County Police Department here, as well as Major Barry Little, retired from the Cobb County Police Department. We were talking with the Lieutenant, Samantha, about having a person in the office, having a person in the agency to be the liaison between the office, the officer, and the foundation. That's imperative, right? There's no way to help unless you know.
Yes, that's very important. We take our relationships very seriously with the different agencies, and so it is imperative that we have a liaison. We call them our board of advisors, and for every agency that we serve, we have at least one advisor from that agency that they serve as our eyes and ears within that agency to let us know needs, things that have arisen, areas we can help, and then also they can carry back a message from us to let the agency know what we're offering and how we can, the various ways that we can help.
How many officers have y'all helped since the inception, do you think? Is it a gigantic number? I'm sure it's
countless.
Yeah.
And we also have ones that want to remain anonymous. Mm-hmm. So we just receive requests from command staff or from our advisory board, and then we go through a process. We have an application process, and we go through, and our executive committee and our benevolence committee, which Major Barry Little sits on, and then we determine how we can help that person. So with some of them being anonymous, it's a little hard to pinpoint a number on that.
Without revealing anybody's identity, obviously we don't want to do that here on Back Your Blue, but can you give me examples of some of the things that y'all have been able to help folks in the different police departments?
I can give you two off the top of my head. One was a Cobb County officer. He went through multiple rounds of battling cancer.
Oh my goodness.
And he had to be in Texas for treatment for almost a year he spent in the hospital. and we put on various fundraising events for him to help him with medical bills and also help his family was traveling back and forth. His wife was a nurse, so they were traveling back and forth from Georgia to Texas. They had housing expenses here, expenses there. So it wasn't just the medical bills, it was everything that added up. So we were able to raise a substantial amount for that family to help them through. Wonderful news is that he's doing a lot better now. He's out of the hospital. He's back here in Cobb County. And Justin, if I'm not mistaken, he is back with the Cobb PD now?
He is. He is back to full-time. He was back on a light-duty capacity for a little while. He's doing great. Medically, he's doing really well. He looks really good.
That's great news.
I work pretty closely with him. I'm actually, the position I'm in now is a position he currently vacated.
Okay.
He wanted to do something different for his last couple of years. He's getting close to retirement. So I actually just moved into his position in the Homeland Security Unit within Cobb County Police.
Wow.
So I have pretty close interaction with him. But he's a great guy and he's doing really well.
That's great news. What's the other? You said you had 2 stories.
And the other one is more recent. We've been able to help a Polk County officer that was involved in a vehicle crash here recently, actually within the last month. And he was in the hospital for several days, went through multiple rounds of surgery. He was very critically injured in that vehicle accident.
Sure.
And so we've been able to raise a significant amount of money to help him with his medical bills. And on top of it all, he had just 2 weeks prior experienced a house fire.
Oh my
and
goodness.
lost everything in the house fire. So he lost everything. He's a single father of 3 kids. They lost everything, and then 2 weeks later, he's in an accident that takes him out of commission for we won't know how long.
Oh my goodness!
So that's a continuing effort. That's one of the things that's on our donation page on our website is current immediate needs, and that's where we'll go and put campaigns like that do have an immediate need that we need to get to these officers right away.
Goodness, talking about a run of bad luck.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen anything like that before, Major Little? I mean, I can't think of a story that's the dominoes fall like that.
Not in my 31 years of policing have I heard of that domino effect.
Goodness. Before we get to the Horses Helping Heroes and the Golf 4, F-O-R-E, Golf 4 Heroes at the Creekside Golf and Country Club in Hiram, looks like last year y'all distributed more than $60,000. I mean, it's an incredible number for a wonderful foundation doing the Lord's work for sure, helping our first responders, helping the folks that care about the community, that are dialed into the community. And do y'all ever do, before we get to the main fundraisers, do you ever do just like I don't know, what is it, Give, Send, Go campaigns, or what's the other one that comes to mind where you can donate people? I forget it'll come to me in a moment. But where people, you can just post it on Facebook and say, hey, this is what we're raising money for. Here's how you can help.
We actually do. We utilize a nonprofit site called Give Butter.
Okay.
And that's...
I'm familiar with Give Butter.
Okay, because I'm not.
I use it, or I don't use it. It's part of another foundation that I'm on the board of. We just used it in our event. So Give Butter's I like that. I like Give Butter.
It is a great one because they actually don't take a cut of what we raise, where a lot of online platforms like that do. They can take up to 10% of your donations, and that's one that doesn't. We actually just used that one because we had such community support for this officer that had the house fire and was in the vehicle crash. We had so many folks that wanted to help. So we created a campaign where we could have the public make donations, and then our foundation actually matched those donations to make the total donation larger for that officer.
GoFundMe was the other one that I couldn't think of for the life of me. Couldn't figure out GoFundMe, but
we like Give Butter because we get more bang for our buck.
Yeah, for sure.
We just moved to that. Literally, it's so funny you say that because we literally just had a whole conversation about Give Butter.
Well, it just seems like it's the best way to go.
Well,
right?
yeah, and if all the money goes, I mean, that's
the goal.
That's the goal, right?
And that's why we are able to give a large amount like that, is because we try to be very frugal and responsible with every penny that we raise. None of our team takes a salary. Everyone volunteers non-compensated from the top down. We have very little overhead. So every bit of what we raise goes directly back to our mission.
Very few charities can say that.
We're very proud of that.
As you should be. And I think that's, if anything, if people know anything about the Jess Rousey Honoring Heroes Foundation, that's it. Major, that's one of those things where you go, okay, they're in it for the right reasons. And I'm not trying to get rich. And I'm not accusing any foundation of doing that, but I'm just saying this one is, there's no way to miss that almost every single penny is going to the right place.
Yeah, and that's why it was a no-brainer for us to be involved with that.
Yeah, no, I love that. All right, well, let's get to the one that I know Daniel is chomping at the bit to talk about, and this is the Horses Helping Heroes. It is an equine opportunity that goes right along with mental wellness and the initiative that y'all have there. Can you help us understand that one, Samantha?
Yes, we're very excited about this new program. We have provided support, we provide advocacy, we provide appreciation opportunities for our first responders, but we didn't have a robust mental wellness program or arm of our foundation, and this really did step in and fill that bill. McKenna Farms is a therapy service. They're located in Dallas. They're right on the Matalon Cobb County line, and what they do as their foundation is they help kids with special needs and with equine therapy. And they reached out to us because they're supporters of ours, we're supporters of theirs, and they wanted to do something with first responders. And they said, well, we'll call Honoring Heroes. We know that what they do, and we're familiar and have a relationship with them, and know that this will be a great partnership. So they called us out, and our team went out and met with them and discussed how we could facilitate this program. We rolled it out in May, which is Mental Health Awareness Month, and we have had a group from the Cobb Police Department and also from the Paulding Sheriff's Office go out, and the reaction has been the same, even though it's two totally different groups. It was amazing to watch. They start with becoming familiar with the horses, grooming the horses, getting to know them, getting a comfort level with them, and then they go through a training process with the horses. And you can actually physically see them go from tense and guarded to completely relaxed, decompressed, lower stress levels, lower anxiety levels by the end of just that hour-and-a-half program.
Wow.
It's amazing. The studies have shown the positive results for those dealing with PTSD, mental trauma, and other challenges, whether it's riding, grooming, or even just simply walking around with the horses. Spending time with these animals brings a unique sense of peace and connection, and just being near a horse can provide a calming effect. They experience lower anxiety, stress levels, improved attention, body language awareness, and peer-to-peer support, too.
I got to tell you, man, I think I need this.
Yeah.
Just in general,
And they have asked us, how soon can we come back? How many folks can we send? Can we send more people? And we're actually, this, like I said, is a brand new program. And
you're already seeing the fruit of it.
Absolutely. And we have some teams that need to come out. I've spoken to the command staff at both of these pilot agencies that we're working with to try the program out. And
do you need any volunteers, at all? For the horse part, or McKenna Farms is
they are always looking for volunteers.
Got it.
Yes.
Oh, so here we go.
Yes.
Well, see, because Daniel's daughter she's
17,
rider.
so I can send her that. I'll come with her but she should be fine by herself.
It's funny too, because some of our police officers have asked, can I come back as a volunteer? One, just so they have more access to the horses and spending that time decompressing, and also because they love the program so much. So we have even had them ask if they can come and volunteer. So it's a fabulous program, but again, we have to have the funds to be able to grow that larger because.
And are you funding the McKenna Farms thing? Yes, sir. The Jess Rousey Foundation is funding them to participate.
Yes, so that's our part in this.
Gotcha.
Is one, making the connection, being the liaison for public safety, and then also we provide the service at no out-of-pocket expense to the agency or the first responder that's attending. So we cover all the cost.
So how do you fund that though? Is it through the golf tournaments? Is it through the what was it? Something butter again. Hang on, what was it again?
Give butter.
Give butter. There we go.
Yes.
Is that how you do it?
So we do have a Give Butter campaign.
I knew it was something about butter.
Give butter.
I do love butter, especially on grits and popcorn things.
For the Horses Helping Heroes, we do have a Give Butter campaign on our website. And then we have two large events that we do every year. One is the golf tournament. The other one we'll talk about in a little bit, I'm sure, because I know you're going to want to hear about Dancing with the Heroes.
Yes, Daniel
is
a great dancer.
So
I
am a terrible dancer.
I hear this man has several pairs of dancing shoes.
But my assistant is a professional ballroom dancer.
No, he's not.
No, she is.
She is.
Yes. Who? Cynthia.
No way.
Yeah, she competes all around the country, professional ballroom dancing.
We have hit pay dirt.
I literally, as I saw it, I was like, oh, this is Cynthia right here.
That's exactly. We already have plans for.
We got horses dancing.
Dude, we got volunteers. We got horses to go out with Dancing with the Stars. I mean, it's going to be. This is the marriage made in heaven right here. I do believe. The website, honoring-heroes.org.
Yes.
Honoring-heroes.org if you want to know anything about this. What about outside? Like, because I know you focus on the officers, the first responders, the folks that are, taking care of our communities. But what if their family? What if their families are struggling as well?
Well, we actually just had a family day last Saturday at McKenna Farms where the officers could come out with their families and spend some time with the horses. That was a great event. It was a rainy day, and we still had about 100 folks come out.
Wow, 100 folks.
And
getting 10 people to show up to anything.
How many horses do they have? How many stalls? Do you know how many?
I believe, and don't hold me to this, but I believe they have 20 horses.
Okay.
And they just got another one from Kentucky, so they may have 21 horses.
Right.
That's impressive.
And it's solely horse therapy, right?
Yes,
that's all
absolutely.
their base. So it's not, because I know some of these farms do regular riding for kids.
Sure.
They'll do, and then a branch, of it would be.
Yes, it's all therapy, and they are a nonprofit foundation as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
But our family day, it was wonderful. We did a cookout. Major Little actually manned the grill.
There you go.
So we fed all of the families, gave them time to be with the horses. We had crafts for the kids. It was a wonderful day out at McKenna Farms, and we plan to do that at least 2 more times, once in the summer and once in the fall. But we do things like that. We do holiday parties.
Sure.
We definitely want the officers and the first responders to come out with their families
So
and have
important.
some downtime.
So important. Lieutenant, did you happen to be out there?
Yeah, I was just going to say, I brought my children out there. I have a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old, and my 8-year-old daughter loves horses. It's her entire life.
Yeah.
And these type of events are what we really need in public safety. It is very difficult for us with our schedules to plan things and to have time with our families. So kind of building in something like this and having opportunities, it doesn't cost any money. It's close to home.
Oh, my gosh.
You can bring your kids out, you spend time with your spouse.
Hand in glove.
Yeah, and they did a great job. They put on a great program. The kids loved it, and they can't wait to come back for the next one. And doing this a couple of times a year, I think, is a huge way to give back to public safety.
And Daniel, I know you see this just because your daughter rides so much. Just that relationship between a person and a horse.
Yeah, and hell, even I am calmer at the horse park.
Really?
So it's a true. No, seriously. Like I sometimes when I get into that world, I kind of block out everything else. I
Well, you
really
can,
do. I mean,
because
like,
you have time to focus.
right,
You have something to focus on.
Like I got home last night. We were in Kentucky at the horse park yesterday. I was in Lexington, and we're going up to Pennsylvania tonight to show horses. But it when I'm at the horse park, it's literally a very calming. I don't know what it is because I do not know how to ride a horse. I've never.
Hang on.
No,
Your daughter is going to go to college to ride horses, and you can't ride a horse? I don't believe that.
Yeah, no.
I don't know that I believe that.
She didn't get it from me, I can tell you that. And she definitely didn't get it from my wife because my wife's scared of horses. So
oh, my goodness.
I don't know, and not for the wrong reasons,
No,
just because her horse spooked one time when we were on a horseback riding thing. But yeah, there's something about it that literally just, I don't know. And literally, you just block everything else out, and you just, for me, being around horses just in general is a great thing.
Samantha, can you talk about that a little bit? Like for people that maybe haven't been around horses a lot or frightened of horses when they first get there. I know you said training, but is it very natural? Do you see a quick progression, or is it slow, ease people in, or is it different for everybody?
Well, what they told me at McKenna Farms was a horse can feel your heartbeat from 6 feet away. And
What? I've never heard this.
And the horse actually mirrors your body language. So if you're stressed, your horse is going to be stressed. If you have anxiety, your horse is going to pick up on that. So it's a great program for our first responders because they can actually see their stress level in front of them. As the horse calms down, they calm down. As they calm down, the horse calms down.
Wow.
And it really takes, that's why the first step in what they do is grooming the horse before they even ever take it out into the arena, because that's building that relationship and that trust with the horse. And
It's hard work.
That's impressive, though.
when Cobb was out, one of the officers that Justin actually works with, she was terrified of horses. And it's funny, she got the biggest one they had.
Hey, talk about your all-time backfire.
But they said that the larger ones are more calm.
Yeah.
Than the little ones.
Okay,
The little ones
I'm
are
learning
spunky
today.
and sassy, and so
Spicy little things, yeah.
So the littlest one they have is a pony, and he is the most mischievous.
He's mischievous. I guess.
Yes, he riles up all the other horses. But anyway, she got this huge horse, and she was terrified. But she was actually, I was telling you earlier, there were ones that wanted to come back and be volunteers. She was one of them.
Wow.
And she came in terrified of horses. In a span of an hour and a half to 2 hours, she wants to now come back and volunteer. That's how much she loved it, and how much it affected her deeply.
Yeah. And you've seen this, I would imagine, Major Little, you've seen this now probably a few times, up close and personal.
Yeah, it was great to be out there with that. And I want to add on to the stress issue, because I did a recent survey with some of the departments. And I think it would be surprising for people to know that almost 70% of officers feel some type of stress. And it's not just stress day to day, it's prolonged stress.
I can only imagine.
So if you can imagine what they go to from call to call, you may get one little minor traffic accident, and the next one you're dealing with somebody who's suicidal or has some mental challenges. And that affects them. So when you see the percentages of officers that affects, and now that maybe there's a release, and I think what Cobb has done well here recently, because when I first started, when you went to a critical incident or were involved in a critical incident, it was suck it up, buttercup, and that was the
that was
attitude,
general wisdom.
And now it is, let's really look and see what's going on. Let's put an avenue together where these officers, number one, can be identified, whether it's self-identification or whether it's a supervisor that notices something within their actions or wording. Any one of those factors could be involved with that. And now, because it's identified, there are avenues where they can have assistance. And it's a natural thing for Jess Rousey to present this to Cobb as part of the program to assist with officers that are dealing with the day-to-day stress and the prolonged stress that affects them and their families.
I tell you, this is a great organization. I can already hear it. I hear the passion when you talk about the Jess Rousey Honoring Heroes Foundation and the things they've done. When we come back on Back Your Blue, let's get into the Golf for Heroes that's coming up in August, and then the Dancing with Heroes in October. All next with Daniel Matalon of A Second Chance Bail Bonds and A Second Chance Monitoring here on Extra 106.3. All right. What are you going to do in that last one?
See, I told you this goes really fast, very conversational.
Got it set.
We'll also do a group picture
we'll do
at the
some
end.
at the end.
We'll get up here and do the whole.
Yeah, there we go. All right. Here we go in 3, 2. Welcome back to Back Your Blue on Extra 106.3 with Daniel Matalon. He is the president and CEO of A Second Chance Bail Bonds and A Second Chance Monitoring. We're joined by the folks from the Jess Rousey Honoring Heroes Foundation. Samantha Rousey Glass is here. Also, Lieutenant Justin Bullis. He is with Cobb County PD, and Major Barry Little, retired from Cobb County PD. And let's jump in here because everybody loves to play golf. Now, I would lose 40 balls by the fourth hole. I am not a good golfer, but I love being out on the golf course, and I know a lot of people enjoy being out too because it's more about spending time than it is actually being a good golfer. If you're a real good golfer, you'd be playing somewhere, right? This is for folks that care about an organization to come out and enjoy a day of golf and it benefiting the foundation, the Jess Rousey Honoring Heroes Foundation, called Golf for Heroes, Creekside Golf and Country Club in Hiram on August 27th. There's all kinds of sponsorships that are available.
Yes, there are. All of that can be found on our website, honoring-heroes.org. We have something for everyone, all from $100 sponsorships all the way up. So there's a little something for everyone. People do love this golf tournament. This is our third annual event, and it always sells out. We always have a full crowd. Last year we even had a waiting list.
Oh, wow. That's what you're looking for sure.
Yeah, for golfers that wanted to come in, and we just didn't have enough. They only have so many carts. So I had to tell folks, you can do it if you want to walk it. But it always sells out. It's a fabulous party. We have Texas Roadhouse come out. They do our lunch.
Yummy.
We have a catered steak lunch from Texas Roadhouse for our golfers. We have breakfast. We have wonderful giveaways. We have wonderful, wonderful sponsors that support us. Daniel has supported us in the past. Thank you for that, Daniel. And it's just a great party. And it's a really fun way for our officers to come out and relax and have a great day on the course as well.
Certainly. All proceeds benefiting local first responder heroes through the Jess Rousey Honoring Heroes Foundation. Presenting sponsors available if you're interested: a platinum sponsorship, the welcome breakfast, the 19th hole lunch, or award sponsors, gold sponsor, and all the way down to a $100 T-Box sign sponsor if you would like to be involved. Or let's say you want to play. Individual players, 125, team is $500. And this is a great organization to be a part of. The website to learn more, honoring-heroes.org, honoring-heroes.org. I can tell why this sells out so quickly. And then great place too, the Creekside Golf and Country Club in Hiram. Nice spot.
Yeah, I'd like to give a little shout out to one of our great partners, Glock Perfection.
Yeah.
They do our swag bags.
Oh, here we go.
And they are not skimpy. They are fully packed
What is
swag
Glock
bags from
Perfection?
Glock. Glock.
Is it Glock? Like
Yes,
Glock?
they make
like
all
in
the
Smyrna?
the firearms.
the
Oh, yeah.
firearms for
Yeah.
our officers.
I was just making sure I was on the right.
Yeah, right. Absolutely right. No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
The
The
Glock.
The one, the only.
And they're fabulous sponsors, and they also give us a Glock to raffle off.
Wow. All right.
So they're huge supporters, and
they're local too. A lot of people don't realize that.
Yes, they are. They're in Smyrna.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
there we go.
And they're pretty good golfers.
Yeah, really?
They are.
Yes.
I would imagine. I bet they get out to a lot of golf tournaments doing things just like this.
Yes, I believe they won our first place last year. Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm,
now they're just showing out.
Yeah.
I love it. Let's talk about dancing with the heroes. And Daniel said he doesn't have dancing shoes.
Cynthia,
I thought for sure.
This is a Cynthia.
It's got
all
Cynthia's
Cynthia.
name written all over it.
It's her time to shine.
How do you get people that come out and participate and then come out to watch?
So we're looking for sponsors for this event as well as, and also folks that just want to buy a ticket and come out and have a great evening.
Say some good dancing.
There'll be food. There'll be a bar. You can't have dancing without a bar. And some great silent auction items, raffle items, and it's really going to be a fantastically fun evening. The dancers are going to be our first responders, so think our police officers.
When do they have time to get into dancing shape and being able to do that? Are these people, Lieutenant, we'll ask you, are you going to be out there with your dancing shoes on?
No, I was concerned about that when they came to me. That was kind of the default. If I can't find somebody, I'm going to have to be the one out there. Nobody wants to see that. So,
Yeah, right. I have two left feet. I couldn't do it.
My wedding dance moves. But fortunately, two of the female officers in our community affairs unit stepped
love
up,
that.
and they were actually really excited about the opportunity. So I haven't
I
heard or
love
seen
it.
what they're planning yet, but they're really looking forward to it when I gave them the opportunity.
What
So-
dances do they do?
Well, it's up to them. So they are paired with a professional dance instructor. And then together they choose their music, put together their choreography, and then the dance instructor will be their partner for the event that evening.
How long do they prep? How long do they take, leading up? Because, like, if you watch Dancing with the Stars, I mean, every week they're doing, because it's a different dance, but I'm saying, is it a week? Do they do it for a month trying to prep for this?
Well, like you said, their time is limited. So we're starting in June so that they can get enough practices in and scheduled to be prepared. The event is not until October
it's not for a
4th.
month.
So that will give them plenty of time to prepare. And I've told them, just have fun with it. The more fun you have, the better you're going to do, because that's what people are there to see, is folks having fun. No one is going to show up to see ballroom level competition. This is going to be fun. It's going to be a hoot.
Well, you had me at hoot.
Yeah,
There you go.
it's going to be great.
It is a bunch of police officers after all, so
Yeah,
people
right,
should kind of expect you got an idea what to expect.
That's exactly right. Fun is what I would expect to see. There are sponsorships available for this one, too. The presenting sponsor, platinum sponsor, dance floor sponsor, a bar sponsor. Yes, I will. Gold sponsor, hero sponsor, silver sponsor. Individual tickets are $100. Couple is $175. Again, honoring-heroes.org for information, or if you would like to email them, it's contact@honoring-heroes.org. And this is going down at the Greystone Power Ballroom, Hiram Douglas Highway in Hiram, Georgia, if I can get it all out. But 6 to 10 p.m. on October 4th. Music, drinks, fun, dance competition, and watching local heroes get down for a good cause. It's going to be a big night. Going to be a lot of fun, and I'm sure this always sells out too, right? How many times have you done it?
This is our first one.
So it will sell out. That's what I should say.
So, and
It will sell out.
And we plan to have celebrity judges.
my.
And
I want to know who's judging. Can you give us one leak?
well, I'm hoping that Tug will come out and be a
Oh,
judge.
my heavens. Goodness gracious. Let me tell you, you don't want me judging.
Nothing like putting you on the spot.
That's right. No, but look, we'll look at the calendar, see if we can't get out there and be a part for sure. But, man, I know nothing. I mean, I don't even square dance.
And I'm worse than him.
Yeah,
So.
I don't even square dance well. And they made me do that in 6th grade at Eastbrook Middle School. But I'm so glad that y'all came in, and I'm glad the way that our relationship started with someone saying, hey, this is a show you need to be a part of. And I know Daniel's very proud of that. And we're so glad that y'all came in from the Jess Rousey Honoring Heroes Foundation here on Extra 106.3 Legacy, Honor, Support, and Advocacy, if I can speak. Thank you for everything you do, and I'm glad to give you the platform and glad to be able to talk to y'all today about everything. Samantha, thanks so much.
Thank you so much for having us.